So I'm having these old people moments, and you know what I mean when you realize you're getting older. I just spent quite a few minutes looking for my glasses, and then I realized that I have them on. I know. Hopefully it'll get better. Glad you joined me today. Got some things to talk to you about today about love. I am the Love Doctor. Coming up next on Pastor Bob's Coffee Break. It's our newest mug, and it says, Jesus is God's selfie. It's the coolest mug, isn't that great? And of course, it's a free download poster, and it's also, a t-shirt. Yeah. We're drinking a little Headbangers Brew in there, our coffee and decaf and ground and whole bean, and you can get all of that swag right here. wearemetalwearefamily.com. Dear Pastor Bob, do you believe in love at first sight? There's the question. I have been dating for 2 weeks, and I already feel a deep connection. We're talking about marriage and making plans for our future together, but most of my friends say it's too soon for that. When you meet that special person, do you really need to wait to get married? Yes, you do. Well, do I believe in love at first sight? No. I believe that there can be a connection at first sight, but love takes a while to grow. Intimacy is what love is all about. Into me, see. Intimacy. Getting to know each other a little deeper than just the peripherals. Now, I'm a guy, and I know how guys are. We do everything we can to impress a woman until we know that she's, reciprocating and that she's going to be our wife. And then we kind of stop trying. I see it happening all the time. And I see these men that are trying so hard and they're doing all these special things, and this woman that they're courting talks to his friends and his family, and they say he's such a wonderful man, and he does this for me and he does that for me, and they're going, what? We've never seen him like that before. And that should be a clue. Because from then on, it's downhill. Yeah. But what does it take to fall in love? I mean, seriously, what does it take? Just being on your best behavior? No, that's not love. That's to impress. Time reveals really a lot. And folks, can I say that there are 3 stages of love, in my opinion? And all I have to say is my opinion, okay? But I've watched people fall in and out of love a whole lot of times in my life. I've done hundreds of marriages. I have been involved in seeing before and during and after for so many people. And I would love to say that all of the marriages that I've done are still together, and they're not. I have a few select people that I've married twice. I know. I think there are 3 stages. The first stage we go into is what I call the romantic stage. And this is where you see the other person bigger than life. And if you weren't able to go into the romantic stage in the beginning, you'd never get married. You'd never have a relationship at all, probably. The romantic stage is when you say, he's wonderful, and his family's saying, I don't know that guy. And it's where you see each other the way you want the other person to see you. Trying really hard to impress. Haven't let your guard down yet. Everything is romantic, everything is wonderful. And you make really stupid statements like, we have so much in common. We're exactly alike. My question is, then why do you need the other person? That's not what marriage is all about. Marriage is about completion. Marriage is about two people coming together that are different, that also can survive together. And they complement each other. And we say stupid things during the romantic stage. But the romantic stage, listen to me, the romantic stage doesn't stay. It is not there for the rest of your life. We are so much in love and we're always going to be. Or we never fight, we never argue, our relationship is perfect. You're in the romantic stage. But you go from the romantic stage into the realistic stage, I call it. And the realistic stage is where you see the other person. Finally, all of this facade is gone. They're not trying to impress anymore. You see who they really are. And now you see their moods and you see their day-to-day, lives, and you see everything about them that you didn't see before. And you discovered that, oh, maybe we don't have everything in common. And, yeah. The realistic stage, that's where most people break up. When they break up, if they break up, is in the realistic stage. But if you can get through the realistic stage where you see who the other person really is, you realize that there are some problems. You realize they're not perfect. You realize your relationship with them is not perfect. But if you're developing a love that takes you through that, that's what real love is. It's romantic stage isn't the kind of love that is going to keep you in the relationship. And the secure stage is the last stage. It's where you say, I know you well, I know your faults, I know the good and the bad and the ugly about you, and I love you anyway. And I'm ready to make a life with you, and that's the secure stage. And folks, I don't think you should really make a lot of plans until you get to the secure stage. Now, everybody has a story. Well, I know somebody that met their wife after 1 week and got married, and they're happily married, and that's great. It is an extreme exception to the rule. Yeah, doesn't happen very often. I do know a whole lot of people that get married in the romantic stage that are no longer married because they got into the realistic stage and found that this wasn't the person they wanted to spend their lives with. Yeah. Here's a scripture for today. Proverbs 19 and verse 2. And it says, it's not good for a person to be without knowledge. And he who hurries with his feet, acting impulsively and proceeding without caution or analyzing the consequences, sins. They miss the mark. Wow. In other words, knowledge, getting to know the situation, the other person, is extremely important. Don't hurry. Don't act impulsively. Don't proceed without caution, and analyze the consequences. What is this going to mean to me? I don't just jump in without thinking it through. The romantic stage is not the time to make any decisions. You don't even know the other person. All you see is what they want you to see and what you want to see. The realistic stage is where you kind of figure all of that out and you make a decision. Is this a person I can live the rest of my life with or not? Now that I know all of the stuff about them. And the secure stage, yes, I can. And yes, now is the time to get married. So anyway, We could spend so much more time on this, and I do have a series on YouTube. It's called Waiting, Dating, and Relating, I think, or Mating, or something like that. But anyway, I think it's at least a 10-part series on this subject. That if you want some more information to dig in, look it up there and get to know a little more about the other person, a little more about relationships in general, and what you're getting into. Seriously. Well, folks, don't forget, you are blessed. So go and be a blessing.